What's your vibe on Schottenheimer right now? I see little tidbits, and he seems like a really personable dude. Like, I want to love this guy. I am a fan. And I'm stuck trying to rationalize how the biggest brand in the sports world ended up hiring a guy that nobody else tried to hire for 2 decades. So I'm trying to sell it to myself, but it seems like he's a good room guy. It seems like
Yeah,
the vibes are at least solid.
yeah, no question about that. No, he checks all those boxes. Um, Very authentic. Um, I've kind of had my radar up for let's see how things change because it's not like he's Schottenheimer coming from the Jets. He's been in the building for the last 3 years. So I've been kind of like, okay, at what point is he going to change the way he carries himself? Maybe just out of necessity because now he's the head coach. He can't act the same way he has before. And I haven't noticed any of that. So that has been pretty refreshing that he seems to be staying as authentic as he's been the entire time I've known him being here. And so I don't really have any questions about him at all until Sunday. I won't, that's when you'll be judged. You can be the best guy, the best human being. Everybody likes you a lot, but if you're not winning games, then you're not going to be the coach of the Dallas Cowboys that long. I guess you can be for some
for
people,
like a
but
decade, yeah.
probably won't be. So I guess, yeah, that's a bad way to put that. Winning a lot of games and having postseason success. But here's the thing, like, how is he going to do calling the plays and then calling the plays and being the head coach on Sunday? So I think he's in a pretty good spot with having Dak, someone who's been around. So it's not like there's going to be all this newness to it. So I think he'll be able to handle that well. But I think that's just how he gets judged. And kind of the way I feel about what I've seen from Brian Schottenheimer is I think everything up until then, I know they're going to be in a good spot, whether it be distractions, whether you want to say whatever, Jerry talking on the radio, Jerry saying something that goes against this, tours, whatever people think are distractions, players getting arrested, players not liking each other behind the scenes. I think he's going to be great with all that stuff. But the part that I don't know is really the same stuff that I would say about Ben Johnson, who most people would say was the number one coaching candidate. It's like, yeah, Ben Johnson, he can dial up a play with the best of them, but we haven't seen him on Sunday as a head coach. And there's a lot on your plate on Sunday with game plan decisions, to changing your game plan, to challenges, to clock management and all that stuff. So there's a lot on your plate when Dan Campbell takes over. He's not the offensive play caller. He's the walk around head coach. He can, kind of have his hand in a little bit of everything. Like Brian's got a lot on his plate from that perspective. So I don't think that we'll know. And then I'll give you one that could be an issue right off the bat early on. If the offense doesn't look good, how long does it go into the season before then people are like, well, maybe he should just be the walk-around head coach and let Clayton Adams call the plays. Like, I'm not saying that's going to happen right away, but it's the Dallas Cowboys. Those are going to be storylines if the offense is sputtering and things like that. So how will he handle all that stuff? I think he'll be fine. It just the in-game coaching, we just don't know because he's never been a head coach before.
Yeah, and I don't know much about Clayton Adams, and I don't know how he was hired, but I think it's pretty telling that he was, because they can't have some like hotshot coordinator coming here the first year of shot. Jerry's smarter than that. I mean, it may help the team, but they couldn't have like the next Mike McDaniel sitting there who had some McVay resume or something. They need it to be someone that you've probably never heard of before it becomes too threatening. But yeah, it's good to hear, because I feel like even like with Zimmer last year, it was weird. Like Micah's not talking to him, and I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to get back some of what it felt like. They had a really good room scene with like Dan Quinn a couple years ago, and say what you want about mojo moments, Austin Powers, but it didn't. It felt like they had a good vibe.